Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside the Athletic and Wellness Center for the final game of this Super Saturday matchup. This time we have a first-round playoff matchup between the visiting Redeemer Royals and the Centennial Colts. Once again, welcome inside the Athletic and Wellness Center. Jack Middleton today broadcasting the game by myself up here for the third straight game as we have an intriguing matchup for men's volleyball as the 13-5 Centennial Colts, who are second in the East Division, will play the Redeemer Royals, who finished 7-11 in the seventh spot, in the Western Division. So it's been an interesting day today for OCAA volleyball, not only men's but women's as well. There hasn't been an East Division team that's won a game yet. That's the easiest way to say that. On the side of the men's side, which is what we need to talk about, the St. Clair Saints beat the Georgian Grizzlies, who were the 1 seed. Georgians down. Niagara swept away the Durham Lords, who were the 4 seed in the East Division, as well as Conestoga beating George Brown, Humber beating Seneca, and Fanshawe beating Loyalist, all today. Meanwhile, there's one game going on, Mohawk versus Canadore. That's heading to a 5th set right now. So Coach Jordan Timpson, I talked to him earlier today. He said, we want to stop this. The West Division has been so powerful for the past couple years, and normally is, but Coach Jordan Timpson thinks his team today will be able to stop the run of the powerful West Division. We'll talk about a couple key players to look for today in this game for the Centennial Colts. We'll highlight Ruslan Delaware. 131 kills for the team, matching up with 166 points. That is tied for first on the Centennial Colts, while he had 22 aces and a hitting percentage of .302. Meanwhile, for the Redeemer Royals, Simon Bourne has been their go-to man, 178 kills for himself, a OCAA leading 36 aces on the season for 232 points, which is 7th in the OCAA, and a hitting percentage of .238. When the Redeemer Royals need somebody to go to, it goes into the hands of Simon Bourne. The Colts have to look for that today. Being that it's a special playoff game, we got a couple more graphics coming your way. We'll talk about a player to watch in today's game. We'll look at the Centennial Colts. The player to watch today is Michael Coropy. Coropy has been one of the OCAA's best. As we're highlighting, that's Nathan Hara on the court. We're highlighting Nathan Hara, but Michael Coropy is 17 games played, a hitting percentage of .426, which is 4th in the OCAA, 43 blocks, which is 3rd in the OCAA. Meanwhile, he sits at 166 points himself, puts him first on the Centennial Colts. He's been a leader as a rookie, getting so much playing time in the middle and starting to get some confidence with Michael Matsudo at the net. You look for Michael Coropy to be a player to watch today. As we move past that, we'll go into the keys to the game for today. We'll start with the Centennial Colts, their keys to the game. Start with middle. As we were just talking about, Bosco Ducharme, Michael Coropy have been two of the best for the Centennial Colts. Matsudo, when he needs a point, is going to go into the middle, and they're going to need to do it today against the Redeemer Royals to be able to win. Secondly, Matsudo Magic. He's been one of the best in the OCAA. He's 3rd in assists. He is running the league last year, of course, a member of the all-rookie team. Matsudo finished the St. Clair Saints last year with a dump off of his second touch. Matsudo's been magical, being able to keep the ball on the side of the Centennial Colts. And if the Colts are looking to win, of course, it has to run through Michael Matsudo. And finally, service consistently. The Colts have not been good on the service line, both serving and in reception. The Colts are ranked 6th in the OCAA, and that's not a good number in service reception errors as well as service ace errors. So the Colts, if they're looking to pull off a win against the Redeemer Royals, they have to be able to serve consistently, and that's going to have to come through everybody, including Pedro Casalado, the libero. For the Redeemer Royals, their keys to the game today, looking for them to win, we look at the service line. They have one of the best service teams in the OCAA. Of course, that goes alongside Simon Bourne with 36 aces, first in the OCAA. With the Colts being unable to be consistent on the service line, the Redeemer Royals will be able to attack the Colts off that first serve. Secondly, shutting down Michael Coropy. We talk so much about Michael Coropy. When the Colts need a point, they go to Coropy in the middle. I can guarantee you they're going back to it. That's something they've been doing ever since second semester started, where they lost a couple of their key players. They had to go to Corpy, and if you're looking to beat the Centennial Colts, it is stopping Corpy at the net. And finally, a quick start. It's already a packed house here in the Athletic and Wellness Center. When you're on the road, especially as a 7 seed, you're coming in against a team that has lost the past couple games. They've lost 2 straight games, the Centennial Colts have. You come in, a quick start, get off to an early lead. It'll not only shut the crowd down, but it'll shut the team down and give you tons of success on the court. And if you're the Redeemer Royals, that is the only way you have a chance to beat a powerhouse Centennial Colts who are looking to move on. If you're wondering, the Fanshawe Falcons won their game against the Loyalist Lancers, meaning that the winner of this game will take on the Fanshawe Falcons. Of course, if the Colts win, it'll be a 2-3 matchup right back here at the Athletic and Wellness Center. If the Redeemer Royals win, they will travel to Fanshawe to take on the Falcons. That's going to do it for our pregame show up here in the booth. I'm going to send it down to game day announcer Ryan Miller for O Canada and the starting lineup.
All 2
starting lineups and Canada from our game day announcer Ryan Miller. If you didn't catch them, we'll go through them right now. We'll start with the Redeemer Royals: Andrew Walcott, Davis Young, Simon Bourne, Jonah Heidbert, Jack Demek, Derek Bruckelman, and Caleb Josie. Meanwhile, for the Centennial Colts, AJ Thrasingham, Bosco Ducharme, Pedro Castellato, Ruslan Delaware, Michael Matsudo, Michael Corpy, and Milan Zavoinovic. We are ready to get underway here at the Athletic and Wellness Center. Thank you for joining us on what is an action-packed day here at the Athletic and Wellness Center. If you missed out earlier today, our men's and women's basketball team were in their regular season finale against the Georgian Grizzlies. Unfortunately, they were unable to win that one. But they will both have a playoff game, and it'll lead us to what should be a very good matchup today between the Redeemer Royals and the Centennial Colts. The Colts will get started. It'll be Michael Matsudo to get us underway here in Scarborough. Matsudo's serve is a good one this time. The set goes quickly into the middle, dug out by Castellato. The set goes to Delaware. He'll play it over the net, free ball. Back across, it'll be tipped over the net. That's by Heidbert. The set from the Colts is going to go to Thrasingham. The block at the net will be out on the side of the Colts, and they'll take the first point of this matchup. Before we get going early on in this game, a quick shout out to the server here, Michael Matsudo. It is his birthday today, so we'll give him a nice happy birthday on this wonderful Saturday evening as the Redeemer Royals will set far side out of the reach of a diving Milan Zavoinovic. Just a well-placed swing there from number 12. That was Derek Bruckelman. The Redeemer Royals will take their first point. They'll send back Davis Young. Young, the captain for this Redeemer Royals team, a fourth year. Dug out by Castellato. The set goes quickly to Ducharme. A missed time set from Matsudo. And Ducharme in the middle, and the Redeemer Royals take their first lead. The serve from Young. That one is into the corner, and a service ace for Davis Young, something we highlighted earlier in the game. The Colts have to be good on service reception, especially against one of the best serving teams in the OCAA and the Redeemer Royals. So Young will be back to serve. He'll float this one over. Delaware. Matsudo will set far side to Thrasingham off the hands of the block and will land to the floor. Sending back to serve for the Centennial Colts will be Ruslan Delaware. Serve from Delaware. Rolled, handled, Young, quick set into the middle, blocked at the net, kept alive by Castellato. Matsudo sets Zavoinovic. He'll have to tip it over the net, and a diving stop from Walcott. The set from Redeemers, played over. Colts will set Thrasingham, blocked at the net from Young. It'll be spun over. Matsudo keeps it alive. Castellato will set Zavoinovic, and a free ball for the Royals. Young will set close side off the hands of the block, and a good swing from number 5. That's Simon Bourne. An early 4-2 lead for the Redeemer Royals, and Jonah Heidbert will head back to serve. The serve from Heidbert is put into the net. Just a little bit too much finesse on that serve from Mr. Heidbert. The error gives the ball back to the Colts, and it'll be Bosco Ducharme, the serve. The Redeemer Royals showing out today on the side of the fans. They are loud, they are proud, as this one is fired into the net, so they'll trade service errors. Again, something we highlighted for the Colts. They have to be better on the service line, make the Redeemer Royals earn their points, and so far that error not doing exactly what Coach Timpson said they need to do. So the Redeemer Royals, the serve, handled, set goes to Zavoinovic, and a powerful kill from Milan Zavoinovic. He put every bit of power he had into that swing. A great set from Michael Matsudo. That'll send back AJ Thrasingham. Serve from Thrasingham. Handled. Young goes up to the net. The quick set is hit and over the net. No touch on the block. And the Colts take the point and tie it up at 5. Thrasingham still back to serve. The second year out of Scarborough is Thrasingham as his serve off the tape and a service ace for AJ Thrasingham. You know what? I had no idea that he was going to start. Producer Leo and I went back and forth a bunch about who we needed to highlight and the player to watch. AJ's been in and out of the starting lineup, and he's showing me why I never need to doubt that man as the set is powered and through the hands of the block. That was by Derek Brukelman. Just out of the reach of the diving Castellato, as well as Delaware falling over in the back line in front of his feet. Now tied at 6. Royals setting up the service block. The serve goes to Bourne. It's a good one. Matsudo battles at the net. Delaware keeps it alive. It'll be point for the Redeemer Royals. A touch at the net by Matsudo, who had to go up and battle for that ball, giving the Royals the lead. Bourne again back to serve. This time his serve is fired into the net. So Bourne, as I mentioned before the game, leading in service aces in the league, but coming with that, he's also one of the top 10 in service errors himself, so he'll fire one into the net. Sending Zivojnovic back to serve. Milan's serve is floated way out of bounds on the far side. The error on that serve by Zivojnovic gives the Royals back the lead. Brukelman will be back to serve. Serve from Brukelman is fired into the net, so the service error, we trade them back and forth. Back tied at 8. Michael Corpy will be back to serve. Corpy serve, powerful, handled. The set comes close side. The swing is touched at the net on the block. A good swing from Jonah Heidbert. I believe touched at the net by Bosco Ducharme, giving the Royals another point. The serve from Demick. Handled, quick set into the middle. It's blocked at the net. Colts get the ball back to Delaware. It's blocked at the net and handled again. Reset Delaware. 3 blockers again. He'll go around them to the side of the Colts and nobody home. The Colts will take the point. Matsudo back to serve. He's always quick. He'll do it again, and he fires it into the net. And the error from Matsudo once again gives Redeemer the lead. The serve coming from Davis Young. Serve from Young. Diving stop from Castellato. The set from Matsudo goes to Thrasingham and blocked at the net. We'll get a discussion. The Colts don't think they touched the ball on the way down. I think this will be a quick discussion between ref and the Redeemer Royals. It'll be point Redeemer, so they get the call right off the leg of, I believe that was Thrasingham on the block. It hits him on the way down. We can't tell on our replay. Of course, our camera is right behind everybody. Serve from Young. Castellato with a good leave, a smart play from Pedro. Avoids the serve, it rolls just a bit too far. Now the Colts back within one. Delaware serve is a good one. Young will quickly set into the middle out of the reach of Pedro Castellato. A little misstep, I guess, in that set. They went to Caleb Josie in the middle. Back to serve is Jonah Heidberg. Heidberg's serve is powerful but fired into the net. And another service error from Redeemer. Keeps the Colts in it. Ducharme back to serve. Ducharme rolls it over, handled. The set's going to go far side. Through the hands of the block, off of Delaware's hands. The swing at the net by number 5. That was Simon Bourne. The serve rolled over the net. It touches the tape and falls. Caleb Josie with the ace for the Redeemer Royals, who now have a 3-point lead. Quick action, we do have an update with that Mohawk-Canadore game. We'll get to that once we hit a break here as it's rolled over into the middle. Out of the reach of Corp. He fires that into the net away from Matsudo, forcing Coach Jordan Timpson to take his first timeout. And a crucial one, trying to get his team back into the lead as we'll update the bracket. And the storyline continues here in the OCAA as the West Division continues to win. The Mohawk Mountaineers have come back and beat the Canadore Panthers in 5 sets. So the Mohawk Mountaineers will move on and will face the winner of the Cambrian Golden Shield and the Algonquin Wolves, who play tomorrow. So we do not know who they will play, but another West Division team beating an East Division team. This conference is so crazy here in the OCAA. The West Division has always been powerful, showing day in and day out and every single year in the playoffs. Here at the Athletic and Wellness Center, the Redeemer Royals leading 15-11 as Coach Jordan Timpson takes his timeout. We'll talk quickly. The Redeemer Royals and the Centennial Colts have actually played each other this season. They played in the preseason, just as a little refresher, a little warm-up to the season, as the Redeemer Royals actually won that one in 4 sets. Of course, it was a preseason game. The Colts and the Redeemer Royals had both their bench cycling through the game, getting some reps. So we never read too much into the exhibition game, but there is history between the two of these teams this year as we're outside of the timeout, and Caleb Josie will get us restarted. Josie serve off the tape, Delaware. The set's going to go to Thrasingham and blocked at the net by Derek Bruckelman. The serve from Josie rolled over the net and over the head of Delaware and in. Another ace for the Redeemer Royals. The serve from Josie, handled this time. Matsudo sets quickly into the middle to Korapi, and that's what the Colts need to do to get back into this one. The quick set works one more time. The serve from Thrasingham, powerful, handled by Bourne. The set's going to go back to Bourne and blocked at the net by Zavoinovich and Korapi. Maybe more Zavoinovich of anybody. It was blocked, a very good one on Simon Bourne. Serve from Thrasingham. Another powerful one, handled by Young, are not going to be able to get to the ball. It touches the roof, it doesn't matter. And the Colts will take the point. So a good kill, a good block, and the Colts have a little bit of momentum. Now down by 3. Racing serve, handled again. Young sets this time close side to Brukelman, and his swing finds the floor just in between Delaware and Castellato. Royals get the ball back with Simon Bourne. Serve from Bourne. Delaware, Matsudo is going to set the Racing behind everybody off the hands and kept alive by the Royals. Not for long, as it'll find just out on the side of the Colts. I say just out, about 5 feet outside. Good lead from the Racing. Colts get the ball back. Zvoinovic, his serve hits the tape, handled well. The set's going to go close side to Brukelman. Played over. Matsudo sets Delaware, blocked at the net off the tape. It hits the, I believe it hits the outstick. It'll be a point for the Centennial Colts off the block. We'll get a look at it. Well, we didn't get that good of a look at it on the replay. It's off the block. It hits the tape. It hits the outstick. The Colts take the point. Serve from Zvoinovic. Young sets close side to Brukelman, and what a kill from Derek Brukelman. That is tough to stop down the line beside Matsudo. Thrasingham was there, just nothing you can do. That thing was powered to the ground by Brukelman. So a 19-16 lead for the Royals here in set number 1, as Brukelman will head back to serve. His serve rolled over Delaware. Matsudo quickly in the middle to Coropi, and even if it's not 100% perfect, it still works for the Colts. So Coropi back to serve. Serve from Coropi is powerful, but it'll float out to the right. And another error from the Colts. Tries to find the line, tries to be too perfect. The Redeemer Royals now lead 20-17. The serve, handled by DeLorme first time in. Set into the middle to Ducharme, and it works. One more time, Matsudo starting to get the groove. You see Caden DeLorme in the game. Matsudo floats that in. Bourne quickly into the middle, off the hands of the block and off the hands of Matsudo on the swing from Caleb Josie. Davis Young is now back to serve. The serve from Young is fired too far, so another error from the Royals. It keeps stacking up, their 7th service error of the game. Giving the Colts some hope here in set number 1 as the DeLorme will exit the game back in. Milan Zvoinovic. Serve from Delaware. Handled, Young not well. Zvoinovic just plays it back over the net. The set played over by Bourne. Matsudo up. Castellato will set Zvoinovic. They send 3 blockers. And the missed time hit is fired too far here at the Athletic and Wellness Center. Royals now with 3-point lead as they'll make a substitution out of the game. Jonah Heidbert coming into the game will be number 4, Ben Sibinga. Sibinga to serve. His serve, he'll roll it into the net. That'll be a quick exit for Sibinga. He'll leave the game back for Jonah Heidbert. As the Colts will also make a substitution. Christian Don Ruiz will enter into the game. for Bosco Ducharme. He'll head back to serve. Of course, he is listed as a setter, so now the Colts with both of their setters standing on the court. So they got to figure out who is actually going to do the setting. I would assume it's going to be Michael Matsudo. As the serve from Ruiz is fired into the net, so that substitution, as the Royals did, will be reversed very quickly. Back into the game, Bosco Ducharme. So a 23-20 lead for the Royals in set number one. A quick action set number one. Not a whole lot of timeouts as both coaches just letting this game feel its way out. As Josie's serve is handled by Delaware. Matsudo will set behind him to Thrasingham. He'll fire that into the net, no block. As the Redeemer Royals will push it to set point. Josie to serve. The serve from Josie. Delaware mishandles it. Thrasingham can't get there. As the Redeemer Royals will do as every other OCAA team has done this season in winning the first set here at the Athletic and Wellness Center, as the Centennial Colts lose it 25-20. We'll head to a quick break. On the other side, second set action. Welcome back inside the Athletic and Wellness Center as the Redeemer Royals won set number one 25-20. We'll talk a little bit about the playoff bracket as we've seen it today. What's the nicest way to put this? The West dominates as always. That's the best way to put it. All the way down to the 8th seed in the St. Clair Saints beating the Georgian Grizzlies. Obviously, I talked to Coach Jordan Timpson. That St. Clair team is the exact same team that came here last year in the second round of the playoffs and were eliminated by the Centennial Colts. They are such a good team. They were the 2 seed last year, and the Centennial Colts were able to push them out. So St. Clair moves their way through. Conestoga beats George Brown. Mohawk just beat Canadore. You go on and on. Humber defends home territory. Niagara beats Durham in a straight sweep, as Durham, even in the women's side, the West Division has beat everybody. So we get started here in set number 2 as the Colts try and break that streak for the West Division, as it always has been. And the first serve goes to Davis Young. Delaware. Castellato will set Thrasingham at the back, and his first swing is too far. See an early trend for the Royals attacking Rustlin Delaware on service reception. Colts have yet to make a little bit of a change in their positioning at the back, as the serve from Young was headed in the direction of Delaware, but fired into the net, and a 1-1 tie. Serving is Matsudo. He'll float it over. It's handled by Walcott. The set is going to go far side to Bourne. It'll be blocked at the net. Matsudo quickly into the middle to Ducharme, off the body of Walcott and out the far side. Matsudo to serve. It's handled. The set goes far side to Bourne. It's blocked at the net and in. Bosco Ducharme on the block with A.J. Thrasingham, and a 3-1 lead. Serve from Matsudo, again handled. Young into the middle this time, and it'll work. The set to Caleb Josie. Heidbert back to serve. The second year out of Hamilton. The serve from Heidbert. Castellato can't get to it. His pass out of the reach of Matsudo, and another point Redeemer. Heidbert is back to serve. I'll have a quick floor discussion between that'll be the floor ref and the Redeemer Royals coach. That is Eli Tolkamp. I think it was just a message for the bench players for the Royals. Not entirely sure, but it doesn't matter, as Heidbert will get us started. As his serve has no front spin on it, it'll knuckle his way out the back of the court. We'll get a good replay at this thing floating by the head of Castellato. So we'll have another discussion at the net. Captain Davis Young at the net, Castellato for the Colts. I believe it was a discussion for the bench players. That's what they're going to go over. Crowd's getting a little rowdy with all these conversations down below me. It is a decently packed house is the way I'll describe it. I've seen it fuller. I've seen it with less people in the building as Delaware fires his serve into the net. But this crowd is getting rowdy. Redeemer showed out. I believe I even see a part of their women's volleyball team here in support of their men's team, as Caleb Josie is back to serve. Roll it over. Castellato. Matsudo will set behind him to Thrasingham over the head, and it is out on the side of the Redeemer Royals. Thrasingham's swing is out. A good call by the flags person. If you're new to the broadcast, I am set up directly on that outline, so that's a really good call by that ref. Josie, handled by Castellato, quickly into the middle to Ducharme, and it works one more time. It's almost astonishing to me how much that works for the Centennial Colts. Just a quick set into the middle, and no team has been able to read Matsudo on that set. Ducharme serve. Young will set. Will go far side. Blocked at the net, kept alive. It should be a lift, not called though. Matsudo quickly, far side Zavoinovic, blocked at the net and up and over. Matsudo, Thrasingham, two blockers, it's blocked and kept alive by Zavoinovic. Delaware looked like a two-touch and a point to the Redeemer Royals. They call it a lift. Oh, they called the lift on Zavoinovic, the touch at the net. They probably could have called it on the two-touch beforehand on the set from Delaware. Maybe they just used it as a makeup to make sure the call ends up in the right spot. But Simon Bourne back to serve. Off the tape, Matsudo. One-handed set block at the net. The set for the Royals is blocked at the net. Simon Bourne fires that into the block of Milan Zavoinovic. The racing him to serve. He'll fire his serve into the net, and they'll trade service error. Serving for the Royals is Derek Bruckelman. Serve by Bruckelman is a good one. A good dig from Castellato. The quick set into the middle to Coropi. Off the hands of Walcott and to the floor. Pedro Castellato, one of the best liberos in the OCAA. 6th in digs as well as 8th in digs per set for the Centennial Colts. The only reason why it's not higher is because he's played a couple games at outside hitter. The Royals will set to the close side to Bruckelman. It's off the hands of the block and out of the reach of a diving Zavoinovic. Demick to serve. Floated over, Castellato the dig. The quick set goes into the middle, trying to find Corpy. It's out of the reach. The Colts are just unable to find any kind of footing so far. Now a 9-7 Redeemer lead. The serve from Demick, floated over. Castellato, the diving dig. Delaware this time will set. The racing him, he has to just free ball it over. The Redeemer Royals go quickly on the set. It goes to the far side. That's Jonah Heidbert on the kill. Serve from Demick is floated over and out of bounds, so he'll hand a point back to the Centennial Colts after a 3-point swing. And Corpy is back to serve. Serve from Corpy is handled by Bourne. The set goes back to Bourne in the middle. The swing is out on the far side, and another point Centennial. Corpy to serve, he'll swing and it'll hit the flags. The ref down on the far side. Just a missed time swing from Corpy. That's the second time he's missed to the arm side. Looking to make a couple adjustments. The serve from Young. Delaware, Matsudo goes back to Delaware. Off the face of Young, kept alive by Walcott. Redeemer unable to get there. Hopefully Davis Young is good. He says he's all right. We'll get a replay of it, even though I'm not sure I want to see it, as this one is powered to the face of Young and almost kept alive by Walcott and Heidbert, but just a little bit too far into the bench. Serve from Matsudo. The reception is into the roof. So the first time we'll see a ball hit the rafters. I normally say it's one of the smallest roofs in the OCAA, but so many times Coach Mallory from the women's volleyball team tells me that's a lie. So we go with that as the Royals will come back quickly to Caleb Josie on the kill. Jonah Heidbert to serve. The serve from Heidbert is put into the net. So the error ties this game back up at 12. Delaware to serve for Centennial. The serve from Delaware is fired into the net. So they'll trade service errors, and the Colts are just unable to get any kind of momentum in this game. Every time they get the ball back, some kind of service error goes back the other way. The serve from Josie's fired a bit too far and out the back, so 3 straight service errors between these two teams. Bosco Ducharme back to serve. The serve from Ducharme is fired into the net. We'll go back, forth, 4 straight service errors between the Colts and the Royals. The Royals will now send back Simon Bourne to serve. Serve from Bourne is a good one off the hands of Castellato. It'll find its way to the basketball net. Attached to the roof at the Athletic and Wellness Center and out of play. I believe Castellato probably could have left that alone and it would have been out on the far side of the court, but obviously that's a little bit of hindsight for you. The serve from Bourne will come in. He'll fire that one into the net, so another service error between these two teams. And it's been a mismatched little start between Redeemer and Centennial, not being able to get much of their service game going. The Colts will send Thrasingham to serve. He'll fire his serve long, so another service error. Finding it hard to find another way to say service error, I'm not going to lie to you. Mistake after mistake after mistake here in set number 2, leading to the Redeemer Royals with a 16-14 lead as Brukelman will serve. Brukelman serve, dug out. Castellato will set close side to Zavoinovic. 3-man block and a good diving stop from Heidberg to keep it alive. Thrasingham, Matsudo quickly into the middle to Corp. He kept it alive and not for long. A point to Centennial, and once again, when they need a big point, they go to the middle, this time to Michael Corpy. Zavoinovic now to serve. Floated over the net. Walcott, Young will have to battle at the net on the 2-touch. He's allowed to do that. Everybody is looking so confused. It's his ball. He's allowed to go get it. Nobody meets him at the net. And a smart play from Davis Young. Serve from Demick. Castellato, the dig. Matsudo sets outside to Delaware. One blocker off the body of Demick and to the floor. That's where the Colts have to use Matsudo. He's got to be deceptive with his sets to throw off that middle, making him go the other way. Serve from Corpy, this time is in. The set goes far side off the hands of the block and a bit too far on the far side. The swing from Jonah Heidberg. We'll get a quick break to tie a shoe at the net. Beyond this game here at the Athletic and Wellness Center, there's one more game in the first round of the OCAA men's volleyball playoff bracket. That'll be tomorrow between Algonquin and Cambrian, awaiting the next matchup, which will be next weekend. DeLorme. Set goes to Delaware, blocked at the net. Royals will go back, 2-touch at the net and off the hands of the block. A smart play from Simon Bourne. We'll take a look on the replay. Colts fans were looking for a lift on the set. That was as close as it possibly could have been to the chest. They give the benefit of the doubt to the 4th year from Georgetown and Davis Young, who is back to serve. DeLorme, Matsudo sets Thrasingham, his swing. kept alive by Young. A free ball for the Colts off the net. Castellato will set. Delaware and blocked at the net. Caleb Josie with an incredible block. And with that block, a little bit of momentum on the side of the Royals, meaning Coach Jordan Timpson will take his first timeout of set number 2 as the Redeemer Royals lead it 20-16. We are back inside the Athletic and Wellness Center. Jack Middleton calling today's game for you, solo up here in the booth, as the Redeemer Royals won set number 1 and currently have a 20-16 lead in the second set. We'll get restarted out of the timeout with Davis Young on the serve. The serve from Young is powerful. Delaware handles it. They'll set to Delaware. Close side blocked at the net from Caleb Josie, and back-to-back blocks get the Redeemer Royals crowd fired up. Young to serve. His serve is powerful, and it's in on the far side of the court. We'll get a good look on the replay. And it finds the back line. A good call by the ref down there, getting out of the way. The timeout from Timpson doesn't work. The Royals still have every bit of momentum here tonight. Young this time will float it over. The Colts have a chance this time. They set to Delaware. The swing is off the net, off the hands of the block of Simon Bourne. The Colts will take the point. Matsudo to serve. He'll go quickly as normal and float it over. Heidbert, Young, set to the back and swung out of play by Brukelman. And another point to the Colts, who need to string a bunch of points together. Serve from Matsudo, another floater. Heidbert, Young, far side to Bourne, off the hands of Delorme. Castellato keeps it alive. Free ball, Redeemer. Young quickly into the middle, and what a kill from Caleb Josie. See it time and time again. After a free ball, the opposing team will immediately set to the middle block. The Colts don't read it. Nobody there to stop it. And Caleb Josie gets now a 23-18 lead for Redeemer, as Heidbert will exit the game, and coming into the game back is Ben Sibinga. His serve in the first set fired into the net. His serve in the second set also fired into the net. He'll head back to the bench on a substitution for Heidbert back in. Now a 23-19 Redeemer lead. And Ruslan Delaware will be back to serve. Serve from Delaware, rolled over the net, Walcott. Young will set back to Bourne. One blocker, not the way you want to play against Simon Bourne, and he fires it to the floor. With that point, it'll be another set point. Redeemer Royals as they lead 24-19. With Josie back to serve. The serve from Josie is fired into the bench of the Colts. who now need 4 straight points to keep this game going. And we'll start as Ducharme will exit the game, and in to serve for the Colts will be number 9. The first time we've seen him and mentioned his name, it's Andrew Rose. What a pressure-filled spot for Andrew Rose. On this service, he'll float it over Bourne. Young sets into the net and put down by Michael Corapi. Young set just a little bit too far, and Corapi this time takes advantage. The serve from Rose, floated over again. Bourne, Young quickly into the middle. The blockers are not tight to the net. The point from Demick, meaning that the Redeemer Royals win set number 2, 25-21, and now have a stranglehold in this game with a 2-0 lead. We'll take a quick break, and on the other side, the Redeemer Royals will look to close out the Centennial Colts in straight sets. Back inside the Athletic and Wellness Center, Jack Middleton bringing you today's broadcast. A long day here at the Athletic and Wellness Center, ending in this matchup between the Redeemer Royals and the Centennial Colts. Redeemer, of course, the 7 seed in the West, coming in here to Centennial to take on the 2-seeded Colts, but have been dominant so far, as the Colts will have the first serve in set number 3, trying to keep their season alive. AJ Thrasingham to start us. A serve from Thrasingham over the top. The set comes close side to Heidbert. Off the hands of the block. Delaware keeps it up. Corapi off the net. He'll touch it on the block. He touches it twice, meaning point number 1 of set 3 will go to the Royals. Davis Young to start the service for the Royals as Thrasingham is unable to get to the ball. Out of the hands of Delaware, off the foot of Corapi. The Royals keep pounding at Delaware in the service. Young to serve. His serve fired into the net, giving the Colts their first point. Zvoinovic will be back to serve. Floated over Walcott. Young. Walcott back over the net. Free ball. Centennial off the tape and off the shoulder of Castellato. And nothing going right for the Colts. A 3-1 Redeemer lead. Serve from Heidberg. Rolled over. Castellato the dig. Matsudo will set. Thrasingham, nobody there to block, but it's rolled over the net. The Royals will set into the middle to Brukelman. The Colts send 3 blocks, but nobody near each other. Down the line off the body of Thrasingham. Heidberg to serve. Serve from Heidberg fired into the net, and the service error gives the Colts their second point. The serve from Corapi. Into the middle, tipped over the net, free ball, Colts. Matsudo will set Delaware. No touch at the net. The Colts will not get the point. Redeemer now up 5-2. A serve from Josie is put into the net. The Colts have 3 points, and all 3 of those Colts points on Redeemer Royal service errors. Matsudo serve, floated over the net to the open side. Bourne. The set comes close side, blocked at the net off the swing of Brukelman. The Colts will set. It'll go to Thrasingham. 2 blockers at the net and fired to the floor. A nice block by Jack Demick. Back to serve, Simon Bourne. Serve from Bourne is off the tape, handled by Castellato. Quick set, goes to Ducharme. The Royals will set into the middle, played down, Delaware kept alive. Matsudo, Thrasingham, 2 blockers. A dig by Walcott. Set goes back to Bourne, the swing through the A-gap. Past Michael Matsudo. I don't think he saw this ball. He doesn't look for it. He's talking with the blocker, Ducharme. He had no idea where that ball was. The serve from Bourne. Fired into the net, so another point. Centennial, who have yet to get their own point in this third set. Ruslan Delaware to serve. Looking to reverse that. Walcott the dig. Young will set quickly into the middle. It's blocked at the net. Matsudo sets Zvoinovic and a block at the net from Davis Young. Coach Jordan Timpson doesn't like the look. Who else doesn't like the look as the Colts are down 8-4 in set number 3? We'll take a quick break, and on the other side, look to see the Colts with a little bit more energy as they're looking to keep their playoff hopes alive. Back inside the Athletic and Wellness Center as the Redeemer Royals lead this game 2-0. And this set 8-4 as Derek Bruckelman has the serve. He will fire his serve into the net, so the coach's timeout works. He'll get his team a point. But I'll continue to say it until the Colts get a point. All 5 Centennial points come off of service errors from the Royals. The Colts have yet to earn one themselves. Serve from Ducharme rolled over. Young sets far side off the hands of the block. Thrasingham on the swing from Heidberg. Young is fooling Corpy in the middle. His set to the outside pulled Corpy to the wrong side of the court. Demick to serve, will float it over and out on the far side of the court. Now a 9-6 lead. Racing to serve. His serve, a good one, handled by Bourne. The set quickly into the middle, put down at the net. Even the mistimed ones work for Caleb Josie. Back around to the top, it's Davis Young to serve. Serve from Young. Delaware, Matsudo quickly, and blocked at the net. What a block from Josie, making his mark here in round number 1. Not often in the away building do you hear a let's go chant, but the Royals have all the energy, all the momentum as Young gets it underway. Delaware, Matsudo goes to Thrasingham, and his swing is out on the far side of the court. Serve from Young, floated over. Delaware, Matsudo, far side, Zavoinovic off the hands of the block. And with the 7th point, the Colts finally get their own point. Colts have to go quick. You got to throw off that middle block. Josie has been active so far as the serve from Zavoinovic is floated way too far. And another point, Redeemer. Jonah Heidberg to serve. This place gets dead quiet in the serve. Just rolled over, Corpy handles it. Matsudo sets Thrasingham, gets in his way, and he'll fire it over. Young, quick set, goes into the middle over the block of the Centennial Colts. The kill from Derek Bruckelman. Corpy is just unable to get tight to his outside block. starting to get a little frustrated as Corpy. He hasn't been able to do it. The serve from Heidberg. Zavoinovic. Matsudo sets far side. Delaware blocked at the net. Kept alive by Corpy. And a free ball the way of Redeemer. Look to the middle. Young. Back sets to Bourne through the block of the Colts. And a cross-court kill makes another timeout for the Centennial Colts as the Redeemer Royals are pulling away with this one. Now with a 15-7 lead here at the Athletic and Wellness Center. Back inside the Athletic and Wellness Center. The Redeemer Royals leading 15-7 in set number 3 as they also lead the game 2-0 as the rest of the day has played out in the OCAA volleyball world. The West Division stays king, and so far today here in Scarborough it's been exactly the same as the Royals will get us restarted with Jonah Heidberg to serve. Heidberg's serve is fired out. Timpson gets another point for his team. Now at 15-8. Serve from Corpy, floated over. Handled by Heidberg. The set comes close side to Brukelman, and his kill is through the middle of the block. Again, the middle blocker of the Colts, Corpy Ducharme, just unable to get tight to the outside. Giving an easy lane for Brukelman and anybody else really on the Redeemer Royals so far. The serve from Brukelman is off the tape and into the middle of the defense. Frustration starting to set in for the Colts. They're not even huddling after a point anymore. The serve from Josie is put into the net. A point, Centennial. Don't see this too often, everybody. The Colts have 9 points in this set and have only gotten 1 point themselves. 8 service errors for the Royals as another kill in the middle of the court, this time to Jack Demick. And an 18-9 Redeemer lead. Simon Bourne back to serve. The serve from Bourne, handled by Castellato. Matsudo will set far side, racing him off the hands of Young on the block, but he'll touch the net on the block, and the Colts will take the point. On the replay, the slightest of shake on the net, on the touch. Giving the Colts their 10th point as Delaware gets us restarted. He'll fire that one into the net. The Royals now up to a 9-point lead. Brukelman back to serve. The serve from Brukelman. Handled by Delaware. Matsudo quickly in the middle to Ducharme, and the first time in this set they go to the middle and it works with Bosco Ducharme. Colts will make a substitution as Ducharme will come out for the serve. Back into the game, Andrew Rose. of course, another setter on the Centennial Colts side, so if the ball ever gets back to them, I would assume Matsudo stays setting. It's the serve from Rose over the net. Bourne, Young, close side to Heidberg, through the block and out of the reach of Delaware on the back line. The Royals inching ever so closely to a straight sets win against the Colts, leading 20-11. The serve to Jack Demick. He'll float that one into the tape at the top of the net. And another service error for the Redeemer Royals. Giving the ball back to the Colts, the Racingham to serve. The Racingham serve is fired into the net. Now 4 points away are the Royals from a victory. Serve from Young, mishandled. Matsudo tips it over the net, free to the Royals. They'll set. Heidberg tipped over the block and out of the reach of the diving Casaletto and the Racingham. Now 22-12 Redeemer. Young to serve. Off the tape, Delaware. Matsudo goes quickly in the middle of the Corpy and blocked. Young sets for the Royals. It'll go to the back line and blocked at the net by Corpy. And finally a block and an answer at the net for Bruckelman. The Colts will make a substitution. I believe we'll see Matsudo leave for Nathan Hara. Christian Don Ruiz will come in for AJ Thrasingham, so a couple new look Centennial Colts. Of course, Ruiz will now be the setter with Matsudo out of the game and Zavoinovic on the serve. Young, close side to Bourne, through the hands of the block. Zavoinovic out, DeLorme in, so the Colts just getting a couple points, couple plays for each of their rookies hopping into the game. As well will the Royals coming in to serve is Isaac Rubenhill. We're all set and ready to go. 23-13 for the Royals as Rubenhill has the serve. His serve is floated and out on the backside of the Colts, who stay alive and now need to go on one of the biggest runs of the year for the Colts. They need to go on it now, down by 9 with Corpy to serve. Corpy let that one go a little bit too early. This time, here's the whistle, floats it over. Mishandled. DeLorme. Ruiz quickly into the middle to Ducharme into the floor. And Corpy will head back to serve. Serve from Corpy. Handled by Walcott. Young sets post side to Bruckelman, who tries to roll it over the block of the Colts and fires it into the net. The serve by Corpy. Walcott handles it. Young will go far side to Bourne this time. Handled by Ruiz. Colts are unable to get to it. It goes over the scorer's table, meaning that the Royals will have match point. Caleb Josie back to serve. Point here ends the game. The serve from Josie. Delorme, good pass. Ruiz sets. Tahara blocked at the net. They'll reset. Delaware this time off the hands of the block into the floor, and the Colts stay alive. The Colts want to stay in this game as well as in their season. They need 7 straight. Hara floats it over off the body of Walcott. The set goes to Bourne, rolled over. Castellato, Ruiz, Delaware over the net. The Royals will set back line. Kept alive by Castellato as Ruiz will set Delaware. It's blocked at the net and to the floor. Off the hands of the block of Brukelman. And Demick to the floor. The serve from Hara. Handled. Bourne will set close side and out of play on the side of the Colt for Ruiz. A good leave. That'll force the Redeemer Royals to take their first timeout, trying to end this last-ditch effort for the Colts as they lead it 24-19 in set number 3. Outside of the timeout, 24-19 Redeemer with match point Royals. Nathan Hara to serve. Serve from Hara, floated over the net. Walcott, Young, quickly, far side. Brukelman kept alive by Castellato. Delaware, Hara, free ball, Royals looking to end it. They'll go back to Brukelman and to the floor, and a 3-set victory for the Redeemer Royals, who continue the storyline here in the OCAA with the West Division on top. Not much else to say, really, folks. The Centennial Colts, albeit a tremendous season for Centennial, they played so well throughout the season, losing one member of their team at the end of the first semester threw their team chemistry off, and unfortunately were unable to advance past round number 1, meaning that the Redeemer Royals will move on to take on the Fanshawe Falcons. That'll go down next Saturday. That'll be in Fanshawe as the Redeemer Royals and the West Division continue. It'll be a playoff, basically only with the West Division. Obviously, we don't know between the Cambrian Golden Shield and the Algonquin Wolves who will play tomorrow. With that being said, for the men's volleyball team, it was a tough go today. That's all you really have to say. The Colts were just straight up beat today by the Redeemer Royals, and the West Division has been the best and will continue to be the best as we keep going forward. With that being said, Colts Net Live here. This might be our last time on the broadcast for this season of Colts Athletics. There's a chance that it happens with the men's and women's basketball teams still playing. They have their first crossover game next weekend. They're both on the road, but an upset in their bracket could mean a home game. So please stay tuned to Colts Athletics on Instagram, Twitter, Centennial Colts on Facebook, anything else you want to look. Social medias with Centennial Colts is where you want to keep up to that. But for now, the Centennial Colts lose this one. The Redeemer Royals will move on. With that being said, we want to thank you for joining us all season long throughout the outdoor sports with men's baseball, men's and women's soccer, as well coming inside for men's and women's volleyball, as well as men's and women's basketball. The only other broadcast that may be coming your way is a little bit later down the road, as OCAA will put on the Indoor Soccer Championships. That is hosted by us, the Centennial Colts, at the Ontario Soccer Centre. So I'm assuming those will be streamed. But once again, the Redeemer Royals win this one here today in 3 straight sets. That'll do us here for ColtsNet Live. We want to thank you again for joining us all season long on Centennial Colts Sports. One more time for producer Leo Solorsano, as well as sports information officer Ryan Miller, who helps us put together this production. My name is Jack Middleton. Thank you for joining us.